Hello and welcome to another episode of the Slash Raptor Show. I am Slash Raptor. Today is October 12th, 2023. So I am heading to work for the first time from the new apartment because I had been waiting for keys, because without the keys to the building, I couldn't get into the building unless there was already somebody inside to let me in. And mostly I was just calling the on-site manager, who's also in the process of doing renovating every unit. But now I finally have my own key, so I'm gonna just cross the street there and then take one bus to work. And then after work, we're gonna go do another burger review. But I figured I would do this first because I had to make a couple of adjustments to the list of things. So there's not going to be a total of 10 episodes because I removed 2 things from the list upon realizing that they don't actually have burgers, and Google lied to me because I googled best burgers in Edmonton and then focused it on Jasper Avenue so that I could walk there from work. Okay, so change of plans. More Than Burgers and Fries is apparently in a food court, and that food court is closed because it closes at 3 in the afternoon. Very weird for a food court. Most of the ones I've been to close at like 5 or 6. But no, apparently that particular food court in ATB Place is open from 7 till 3. So I missed my opportunity. So instead I'm going to go to a different burger place because I didn't do any research or, map out locations for anything other than that one, because that's the one I had my mind set on. But a couple blocks down that way, and technically not really on Jasper, but Jasper adjacent, is a place called Burger Priest. So that's where we're going to go for this episode. And that was not actually one that was on the list, but it is now. Okay, so for the first time in this series of burger vlogs, I actually used my brain and brought my miniature tripod, so I shouldn't have to balance the camera on napkin dispensers or ketchup bottles or even my camera bag, which is good because this camera is $400. It's not as much as the Canon, it's about half the price, but I use this one a lot more because it doesn't have that stupid autofocus problem. Okay, so we just crossed 109 Street, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna be in this mall here. I don't know if you can call it a mall, but in this gathering of buildings. And just a point of interest, way down there is where I started the Shang-Chi movie review vlog. That's the bus stop I was at. So that was like 2 years ago? A little more than 2 years ago, because that was in September of 2021. Okay, it should be one of these. It didn't really say. All right, so if it's, oh, there it is. I see it. It's over that way. Okay. Technically on Jasper because that's Jasper there. So, yeah, because that's 109 Street where those cars are going there. So then, yeah, Jasper's right here. So I guess it's technically on Jasper, but I don't know the rules of how you name buildings or decide which one it is, if it could be counted as one or the other. And it doesn't really matter. I can also just say that it's in the Jasper area. That's also accurate. Can I get the bacon double cheeseburger with no tomatoes and the fresh cut fries?
Should I make it a combo for you?
Is it cheaper? Yeah, okay. And I will do and I'll get a can of Diet Pepsi.
That's everything?
Yes. This is a pretty good spot. Decent lighting. All they have is cans of soda though. No fountain drinks by the looks of it. but whatever. It's not a deal breaker for me. What is a deal breaker though is there's not a lot of selection based on that, and they all seem to be variations of each other. Like the Holy Smokes is the double cheeseburger with a twist, as opposed to being its own burger. So they're always just taking the base burger and then adding to it, which I think is kind of lame. But it's also the most expensive place here. With actually no, it's actually not that bad. But I got a double cheeseburger because I don't like single patties. It's a personal thing. So hopefully I won't like overdo myself. If I can't finish the fries, then whatever. It's the burger that's the most important thing. Okay, so everything looks really good. It's a lot of lettuce. I don't see very much ketchup on there. Put a little bit more, I think, on here. Yeah, I don't see any ketchup at all. So I'm gonna put a little bit from my thing here. Yeah, that should work. Alright. And then the fries look pretty standard. They look pretty overdone for my liking, but I saw that they actually do have a deep fryer. Yeah, these don't look very good to me. I'm gonna save these for later. These can go over here. Yeah, they managed to cram a lot of fries in there. So messy. Very small napkins, very skinny. I'm definitely gonna need more. Okay, based on the initial bite, I'm not that impressed. The lettuce had no flavor, and I didn't really taste anything underneath it, except the sauces. And I'm reminded of when Harko and I did the fast food burger blindfolded challenge, and the meat has the same feeling as the A&W one, the Dairy Queen, which is what ended up with me losing because I couldn't tell them apart. So it's got that charred taste on the burger. It's falling apart already. And again, the burgers are pretty flat. Not quite as flat as the one from Jack's, but it's quite flat. It doesn't have much height to it. This is falling all over the place. Let's try some of the fries. Put the ketchup in here. You can see that there's still some skin on here, so these are definitely homemade. Or they have like a provider that makes them look homemade, and then they're frozen. Fries are kind of bland. They have a lot of flavor on them. hopefully the content ID bots on YouTube will be nice to me and not copyright claim me for the radio playing in the place, because I can't control that. That's a lot of fries, man. Yeah, the burger's falling apart. There's like a loose piece here. And it's like way farther out. The burgers is not scaling with the bun. Yeah, for a double burger, this is not very double-y. The meat is very flat and soft. And it also doesn't really have much flavor on its own. It's mostly the condiments and the ketchup and then the mayonnaise and the pickles. I think there might also be a little bit of mustard. I mean, like, obviously, even a really bad burger I can finish because it's a burger, but this one's hard to rank. Thinking back, I think I should actually change the rating of way back to 8.5 or 9, because that was really good. But I was worried that I might find something better, and so far I haven't. Although maybe because that's the first one I tried, I'm biased to it, but that was the first time I tried it, so I have nothing to compare it to. So I think maybe it just really is that good. Again, like, I can finish this whole burger, like, it's not disgusting, but compared to the others, it leaves a lot to be desired. It feels kind of mushy sometimes, so it's not like it's not consistently cooked through, or maybe it just feels that way because it's so light and soft. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna change my rating of Wayback. I'm gonna change my rating of Wayback Burger to a 9 out of 10, because that really was good. So I took all the nasty looking fries that had a lot of black stuff on them and put those aside, and that made the pile a lot smaller. So I was able to finish it. The fries are actually pretty good. All the salt was on the bottom. It was like on this paper thing here. So the fries were decent. Okay, I gotta clean this up and then get outside. Okay, now that we're out of the... Alright, now we're outside, I can talk freely about it. Well, the fries, despite their appearance, were pretty good. Once the salt got on them and it got mixed in, they actually ended up being pretty good. I would say that they're the second best fries that I've had out of this thing so far, with the winner being Jack's Burger Shack. And this one is kind of on par with A&G's, but maybe a little bit better, just because A&G's was just kind of, yeah. It had the flat burger, it had the flat patty thing that I didn't care for from Jack's, but I think with the bacon and everything that the other one didn't have, and the fact that there was cheese, and I added ketchup so I didn't have a repeat of the A&G incident, it's hard. Wayback Burger is definitely a 9 now, because that was still the best. It was so good. But I don't know. For this guy, I think I'll give them maybe a... You know what? I'll give these guys an 8. I'll give these guys an 8. All the things that I said was wrong with it, it didn't mean that it was a bad burger. These are just things that I'm noticing and comparing them to other things. So yeah, I'm gonna give these guys an 8, because the fries were really good, and the burger was probably the second best out of all the ones I've had. A&G's was a little bit worse, but it didn't have a lot of things that I would have wanted. Like, it didn't, like, I think it had ham on it, which was weird. And it didn't have very much cheese. And it didn't have any ketchup on the burger. And then Jack's Burger Shack, despite the name, actually was the worst burger, because it was just so underwhelming. But it did have the flat patties like this place did, but the bacon and then the ample amounts of lettuce and other things saved it. So yeah, so new ranking to update things. Wayback Burger is a 9. Burger Priest, which is what I'm calling it, even though it's the Burger's Priest, because I think that's dumb. Burger Priest is 8, and then A&G's was, I think, a 7. And then I think I gave Jack's like a 6.5, or maybe a 7. So that's the new standard. That's the new standings. Now I have to figure out how to get home and hope that I don't have to go all the way back to work to catch the bus I need that takes me to the new apartment.